fingers.
And you hit it home, Sandy, because I haven't even set my quarter two goals, even though I've set my goals for the. So now I'm in trouble. Before the one is over, I still haven't set my quarter two goals. That's what you basically condemn me of.
I solved that problem. I don't set goals.
Condemn is sort of a harsh word. I'm not making you wrong for you not having. Because you can get by doing your goals tomorrow morning when you're drinking your coffee, getting ready for the day, and say, it's the second quarter's first day, and it's April Fool's, so you can get off with an April Fool's joke in the second quarter this year.
So did that fool you?
No, but I do know that one thing's for sure. I don't like the time change when they spring forward and get us in the daylight savings time. That doesn't jive for me because when the Earth and the sun get into a relative position where the sun is directly overhead, well, that's 12 o'clock noon. It's not 1 p.m. So where was I going with that? Oh, not only are we thrust an hour ahead by some bureaucratic construct that they get us to comply by the masses. Our calendar has that certain. It's not a flaw, but every 4 years we have a leap year, And last year was leap year, so we didn't have to leap anywhere this year. But I do know that when we do have a leap year and we hit March 31st, that's the joke. It's March. We've already jumped it 1 day ahead, and what would be April Fool's should be celebrated on March 31st.
So, am I right to April Fool you now?
You can April Fool me now, but then you may run out of April Fool's jokes for tomorrow. You don't want that to happen. You could get a jar of April Fool's jokes. I don't have a jar here to demonstrate.
Okay, who would make it?
All right,
Where would I find it?
Glass. If you had a glass and you filled it up with your April Fool's jokes, and you started using them or drinking them.
Oh, that means I need more
time. Yep.
Actually, next year is April Fool's.
Remember, guys,
again.
it is. Remember, guys, it is April Fool's in Australia right now.
Yep.
It is April 1st.
That's right. It's already April Fool's. Very good, Emily.
They celebrate April Fool's in Australia.
But every year has an April 1st, so EJ, I don't get where you're coming from with that, but
no, I mean the leap year. I said leap year. I thought I said leap year.
I heard April Fool's. That's what I'm like. What do you mean?
Next year's leap year? Oh, okay.
Yep. 2020 had a leap year, and then 2024.
Okay, then last year wasn't leap year, and I will sit here beside myself and stand corrected.
You must have slept the entire day gone by. I did not realize that, Sandy.
What? Say it again.
You must have slept the entire day gone by. I did not realize that.
Hey, I slept good last night. I slept 7 hours straight without waking up.
Nice.
Are you sure it wasn't 7 days?
That's monumental.
Are you sure it wasn't 7 days? Because after all, you thought we leave today.
Hey, today's not Good Friday. If I would have slept a week, it would be Good Friday today.
That'd be good. Let me come down to Jen's store and be like, "Hey, where's Sandy Man? Go wake him up. Take me over there to his house and wake him up."
Yeah, that's right. Wake me up. Yeah.
Wake up, April Fool.
So Jennifer, what do you got in your dreams right now? What's a special dream that you have right now that you're dreaming about?
Okay, how literal do you want to be, or don't go to April Fool?
No, literally.
So I have dreams, if you may call them, as opposed to inspiring goals of what I want to achieve in every side of life. Like right now, my goal with my workouts, because you know how, Sandy, I have a gym membership now.
Okay.
So I work out. My each week goal is to work out 4 to 6 days for at least 1 hour each day.
Mm-hmm.
And the long-term goal of that is to build a six-pack and core muscles so I don't have my belly, and to build the muscles in my neck and upper back so I don't have it's like a little bit of a hunch you may notice I've had, that a physical therapist said is because the certain muscles in these areas are weak, and if I strengthen them, I don't have the sitting upright without having to force myself to do it.
Right.
So those are for my health, but that's more physical health. And for work, I see us being monetized in April, and the goal of before we're monetized by Transform You Media, I have the goal of working out with another podcast. It's like his is kind of like a Netflix, but it's podcasts instead of movies, but the paid subscription. I have a goal of getting everything squared away with him to also monetize our podcast and some other similar goal lines that are with the ultimate goal of growing the business.
That's groovy. That's really groovy.
And I have the goal as far as my with the guy who's with Wingate TV and has the paid subscription thing.
I didn't hear the last part.
You get this joke, don't you, EJ?
Yes, your mic keeps cutting you off.
So with the Wingate TV, I also see myself working with him as his script writer and having, at least by the last week of June, his first movie script written. That's my idea, my script, my writing, but it's the basis that he will use to make a movie.
Cool.
Kind of like how many of them, you know, how you see Steven Spielberg. So after I get this one written, that I'm planning to be done by the end of June, then somewhere around 6 months later, you'll see one and they'll say Jennifer A. Whitaker instead of Steven Spielberg.
Good job.
Far out.
But that's going to be my first one. And while he's producing it into a movie, which is after the last week of June, my goal is to write the next one and to try to see if I can produce anywhere from 2 to 3 movies as far as the scripts per year as a goal.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. You're in a good dream state, Jennifer.
You know, that's very true. So I have to say, dreams can come true if you push yourself far enough, if you have the right determination, and you start with a reasonable goal. But
Yeah.
part of starting with a reasonable goal is being realistic, but it's also a matter of painting the pathway, the steps to reach it. It's not just knowing where you want to end up, but even knowing or seeking guidance from some kind of counselor or somebody to find out the steps
Yeah.
it takes to reach that destination you want.
Having somebody hold you accountable.
Well, some people can hold themselves accountable, but then there are those that, like you said, that need to be held accountable by somebody else. But some of us, as entrepreneurs, we're typically people that are self-disciplined, so we won't necessarily need it. But then there's other people that aren't leaders, and nothing wrong with that, but they would probably need somebody to be the leader.
Yep.
And the leader would have to hold them accountable.
I like your assessment of making, following your dreams with reasonability. I, on the other hand, I dream unreasonably. I dream so that it's uncomfortable even to contemplate of me reaching my dreams. Because I don't want
But how unreasonable is that? If it's a dream, meaning it's fiction or fantasy and is impossible to come true, wouldn't it be a dream to then make a song out of it? So in that sense, it is realistic because it's the basis of whatever song you write, or at least play, if not write.
That's the thing is that if I went into writing a song with reason, it would probably just be a reasonable song. And there's lots of reasonable songs, but you don't remember them. They're not catchy, and they never are like
Exactly.
a top hit. But an unreasonable song,
Because the top
one
hit
is left. People are left going, "Wow!"
Because usually they're very extreme. Whether it's low mood, it's high mood, or it's the jumping up and down of drama. But also the other key was with music and a lot of other arts is it being something that someone else as an everyday person can associate themselves with.
Right.
Like for example, Adkins, what's his first name? Trace Adkins. His top 2020 hit was something along the lines of tough times don't last, but tough people do. Well, that was something we all thought was a time. And in that song, he talks about how he had to sell his car to buy more time because, in other words, he's financially suffering. Which my point with that is, Trace Adkins himself probably still had millions of dollars, but he wrote it and sang it in a way that the everyday normal people could connect with and associate with, to have a reason to be connected with it, to want to listen to it,
right,
or sing it, or whatever else, right? So it has to be realistic in a way that somebody could somehow associate themselves with it, but it doesn't have to be 100% realistic or true.
True.
And then same with the fantasy ones. Like, what about the old song from my days, Fly Like a G6? Well, people have asked for years if there's such things as G6, and the answer's always been no. Maybe one day there will be one. Some kind of car called G6. But the key is that she's set to fly like a G6. Well, one thing, there's never such thing as a G6, at least not to this point. And second, at the point that was a big hit in the 90s, we didn't have any flying cars. And now, the only thing we have are airplanes that fly. I mean, we had those in the 90s too, but a lot more people can afford tickets to fly on an airplane now than they could in the 90s. But still, that it was something that a lot of people dreamed of, and that's how people could connect, even though it was very fiction and fantasy.
That's just over my head.
How real was that?
Huh?
How real was that?
I don't know. You started talking about Trace Atkins, and I was like, wow, she knows all this stuff about this guy. I didn't know he was into country music.
Why do you think I like country boys?
You like country boys?
Ladies love country boys.
Well, I'll be darned. Learn something new every day.
You know,
Yeah.
even when you're not trying.
Huh?
Even when you're not trying.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm sort of sitting here thinking, everything that you're saying, are you trying to April Fool me on the 31st of March?
Paranoid much?
Well, it depends what side of the globe are you on. It might be April 31st.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we could be like what do you call that? In dress rehearsal for April Fools. You know what I mean?
Rehearsal. Does that mean there's a wedding?
We're just rehearsing for tomorrow. Whew. Wow. So you got big plans for the weekend, Jennifer?
Yeah. My parents are going on a date, so I have some stuff booked. Different activities I'll be doing, like going to the gym to do 2 different workouts, maybe even going swimming while I'm there before I shower and go on to my next place, but possibly doing some shopping and yeah, just a bunch of running around, having fun.
Yeah.
But staying busy.
Are you a shopper?
Well, I mean, like, I'm not somebody that lacks self-discipline, because there's some women, especially that have certain conditions like bipolar or mania, that like they actually have to shop.
Yeah.
Well, I probably only go shopping besides groceries I do each weekend. I otherwise probably only go shopping twice a month.
No. Yeah.
So
I'm an intentional shopper.
Well, I'm an intentional shopper too, because that's when I find something I need. Like if I've read all the books I have, and in order to continue to have that as a coping or at least a entertainment, I would need more stuff to read or whatever. But I'm not the one that just buys stuff because I want to buy it, and that's part way I'm able to live frugal.
Yeah. Well, I'm distracted because I see a lizard over there.
Do you want to bring it on the screen?
No, I probably won't let me catch him.
You can turn the screen and let us watch you go try to chase him.
No, I'm not going to give you all the pleasure of me falling down and stuff. This may be April Fool's, but it's not a comedy show.
Oh, you got this so backwards.
It is a comedy show.
You are the comedian.
Hey, look at that butterfly.
Sorry, Miss Chelsea anymore.
Yeah. Oh, what a day! I worked out this morning, Jennifer. I work out at 7:00 in the morning at Starting Strength Katy. I work out for an hour and a half.
At where,
and,
Katie?
Huh?
At where? Where was your workout?
Starting Strength Katy. It's off of Mason Road.
Starting Strength. Oh, it's on Mason. Okay.
Yep. It's a little small gym, and I do my squats with weights on them. I think I squatted this morning 3 sets of 5 with 125 pounds on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm
Then
Working out.
Then I bench pressed. I'm not bench pressing too much right now, just like 130. And then
Well, that's more than most women.
Yeah, and then there's a thing called rack pull where you lift the bar of weights off the ground, so you stand up straight and you hold the weight at your waist and you bring it back down, and not like drop it, but you control it.
Right, you have to control and slowly lower your body to put it down, rise to lift it.
And that's at
rising using your legs.
That's at 245 pounds. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and like this morning when I first, and I don't start off at 245. I start off like 140. And
you mean your warm-ups?
Yeah, I warm up to my lifting weight. But I had warmed up and I got to my lifting weight and I couldn't lift it. I mean, I got it a couple inches off the ground and I put it back down. And my coach, he says, "No, Sandy, take 3-4 minutes, just chill out." And I did, and I came back to it, and I was able to finish my my routine. I had lifted 5 times up in there, 5 times. And but if it hadn't been for that coach who knew how to get in my mind, he knew I could do it, but my mind wouldn't, And so he like reset my mind, and then he says, "Go ahead and get on."
Basically, hear you saying one secret to achieving your dream or to follow your dreams is to not let your mind deceive you.
Yep.
And if your mind starts to see somehow counter it, like you did with getting a trainer or someone who holds someone accountable.
Man, you're right. You're right there with me, Jennifer. Yeah. I mean, left to my own devices, I could not have lifted that weight. But being able to be coached, because some people don't like to be coached. They don't like to be told what to do or how to improve. They think that they got it all situated. But I have given my coach permission to tell me what he thinks I need to do so I can improve. And when I listen to him, I improve. And I improved this morning.
Didn't that being coachable, didn't that start with asking for help, which started with admitting you needed help because say you can't hold yourself accountable, so you need somebody to do that?
Yep.
Or that you need somebody to guide you down the path as a consultant or trainer.
Yep.
And so forth. So there are some other steps in that, right?
Yeah. Yes, as when we find the truth that we can't do it all alone, and you can gently push this into you can't walk alone without Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Yeah, you see how I pulled that one in there?
Totally.
Yeah. So,
and I'm loving it.
That's and the one thing that I know about myself is that I walk really slow. And people say, "Sandy, why do you walk so slow?" I say, "Because I like spending time with Jesus."
You know what I say?
What?
Because I can.
Oh, you can. Well, I can walk fast. I just choose to walk slow because I'm just having a longer conversation with my Savior. You see?
But that's the key, is that we can. Whatever's the reason we want to, we can. We can walk fast, we can walk slow.
Yeah, but if I walk real fast inside the house, once I get inside the house, my conversation with Jesus sort of ends because I go in there, I get distracted. But when I'm walking, I'm talking.
Walking and talking down the street.
It's a simple life. It's a simple life, Jennifer.
You need to be in one of our Bible studies. It's all these women talking about trying to how to have and live the simple life. But just the need to just slow down. Like what you're saying.
Yeah. Stop walking so fast. Slow down.
Or stop congesting your schedule with so many to-do items that aren't actually necessary. Because how many things end up on our to-do list that are actually sidetracks from our real mission or goal?
Yeah, well, because what's on our to-do list can also be delegated to others.
And that's
so
one of the steps
still gets accomplished. But if we don't ask for help.
Yeah, but also people don't always have the resources to get that help, especially if it's like a business or something, they don't have the funds to pay somebody.
Yeah.
So it's multiple struggles. That's why they don't necessarily delegate. Because at the same time, followers generally are not leaders, so they tend to be the ones that receive the delegation instead of assign the delegation.
Yeah.
So then that goes back to personality and where we all fit in this world together.
Glory, hallelujah.
Glory, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah, amen.
So, yeah.
Why is our rooster not crowing at us today?
Because we're not talking about him.
That's true.
Okay, I'll tell you a story. It's a real story. It's not a made up story. But last Wednesday, I got home in the morning after working out, and my dog went outside and ran across to the field over here and rolled in cow poop and had cow poop all on the backside of his neck.
Oh no.
Ew.
Yeah, so he comes. Hey, Jimmy, come here, Jimmy. Come here. Stand right here. Get up here. Come on. Jump. This is Jimmy.
Let's go, Jimmy John.
Jimmy. You're a good boy. Get on. Go on. So
you just had me up here.
on the back of
I know, right?
And I brought him in the backyard. I was going to give him a bath. And I had put sandals on. Had the water hose in my hand, and I was hollering for Jimmy. Really? Jimmy. And that rooster, I think we went over this before, the rooster doesn't like me hollering, getting louder than he is. And I had like tunnel vision because I was like looking for my dog like this, real tunnel vision, real small like that.
So
and I didn't realize that rooster was coming up from the side of me. And that dadgum rooster, he pulled his spurs up and he landed on my foot, dug his spur right in the top of my foot, Jennifer. Oh, man, it hurt. It was bleeding. Just blood. And I washed it off with garden hose water. I asked my wife to bring me a Band-Aid, put it to stop the bleeding so I can get the dog washed. And I washed him and went inside and saw what really had happened. That rooster puncture wounded me real big time. And my foot swelled up like a football. And luckily, I had the knowledge, the right thing to do was on Thursday morning to go get me a tetanus shot and some antibiotics. Had I not gotten those antibiotics, I think I would have gotten blood poisoning. I'm sure of it. But it's just now starting to not be as swollen. And I've been limping on this foot all week long too. What'd you say, Jennifer?
What the heck is this blood poisoning you would have got?
Blood poisoning? Yeah.
How would it have caused blood poisoning?
The infection from his spur. His spur has a bunch of nasty chicken debris on it.
Okay.
Waste.
Nasty over. So
an infection as opposed to blood poison.
Yeah, I would have been infected. I would have had blood. I would have had a red line going up my vein in my leg, and I would have had to go in the hospital. They would have had to pump me with all kind of IVs of antibiotics and strange solutions and stuff, and I'd have been, held up in the hospital. I mean, who knows what I would have caught in the hospital once I get to the hospital.
So now people blame the hospital as a place to get sick. We used to think it was a place to get well.
Yeah, they would have. I think they would have liked me, and they'd want me to come back, so they'd give me something so I have a reason to come back.
Of course, Sandy. Who doesn't love you?
Yeah, well, you gotta choose your friends,
Is that why MOF?
You're my MOF, Jennifer, my only friend. You thought that's funny? It's true.
Well, even my VA can tell that you got quite a personality to have a lot of people to like you.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it hasn't made me into a movie star yet. I'd like to be a movie star.
Keyword yet.
Yeah, that's my dream, Jennifer, to be a movie
But
star.
you told me you have a theater, so why can you not be in one of the acting and plays in your own theater?
Well, I do. Nobody watches it though. I have.
Okay, start streaming it. Start streaming it, and we'll play it on my podcast. At least the soundtracks, and then on my YouTube, we'll play the video form of it.
Well, then I'd have to record it. I have.
Well, you gotta work for it.
I have impromptu scenes here all the time. I have parties for all kind of things, and nobody shows up, but I have the party anyhow. And then I realized I forgot to invite people. I'm like,
yeah,
there's something wrong with my party. Nobody ever shows up to my parties, and that's just because I forgot to invite people. There's certain things
there's something called
you
Facebook
do to make things work. So if I had an accountability manager, that person would say, well, "Hey, Sandy, you're gonna have a party. You need to invite somebody." Until and not wait till it's too late. The party's already started.
Oh, that are you asking me to be your consultant again?
No.
Maybe I'll be accountable.
Yeah. You should look on my.
I just find that you need to do that. We found a way to do it. Come on, let me walk you through this.
I should give you access to my Google Calendar, and you can see what's coming up, and ask me a couple days ahead of time. Like, are you prepared? You got it under control?
I'm sounds like a babysitter too.
You can babysit. That's right. That's exactly right. Well, cool. Hey, y'all want a song before we end?
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
All
Wouldn't
right.
be the same without a song.
All right, let's do that.
It just wouldn't be the Sandy Buller without the Sandy
Hold on a
Buller
second.
music.
Let me get my guitar. my faithful guitar. I got this guitar back in 1985.
Wow, it's older than me.
And actually, the guitar was built in the mid 70s.
Wow, it really is older than me.
And I had a roommate, and he was going to move back to Kansas, and I had a double cassette recorder, and he liked that double cassette recorder. And he says, "Sandy, I moved back to Kansas. I sure would like to have that double cassette TIAC recorder. I'll trade you that for my guitar. You play my guitar more than I do." I said, "Okay." Guess what? This guitar still plays, and that TIAC double cassette thing, I guarantee don't play no more.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
CDs don't either.
So that who made good on the good end of the stick there?
Clearly, it was you, Sandy Man.
That's right. All right, let's see. Can you hear that? I'm going down to the Greyhound station. I'm going to get a ticket to ride. Going to find that lady with 2 or 3 kids sitting down by her side. Going to ride till the sun comes up around me about 2 or 3 times. Smoking cigarettes in the last seat. Trying to hide the sorrows from the people I meet. Get along with it all. Going where the people say y'all. Gonna change the shape that I'm in and get back in the game. Start playing again. I'd like to stay, but I might have to go and start all over again. I might have to go back down to Texas. Might have to go someplace I ain't never been. And I'm going to get up in the morning and go out at night, and I don't have to be alone. I'm used to being alone. Change the words of the song and start singing. I'm tired of running around looking for answers that I already know. I could build me a castle of memories just to have someplace to go. Count the days and the nights it takes to get back in the saddle again. Feed the pigeons some clay. And turn the night into day. Start talking again when I know what to say. I'm going down to the Greyhound station. Gonna get a ticket to ride. Gonna find that lady with 2 or 3 kids sitting down by her side. Gonna ride till the sun comes up around me about 2 or 3 times. Smoking cigarettes in the last seat. Trying to hide sorrow from the people I meet and get along with it all. Well, hey, this song was written by a wonderful songwriter. His name was Blaze Foley. And he really never did make it big in his when he was alive. He had a sad story because he got shot protecting his friend's Social Security check one morning in Austin, Texas, back in 1989. And because he was just a bum kind of musician, the Austin police didn't do anything but let him bleed on the street and die. a sad story. But one of the things that Blaze would say, you would see those big old trash bins that say BFI on the side of them. You ever see those BFI signs? He'd always say, "That's Blaze."
Yes, I also say best trash too.
You know, Blaze, he sold one of his friend's guitar at a pawn shop, and when they buried him in the only jacket that he had, and that inside the jacket was the pawn shop ticket for that guitar. So after he was buried, his friend dug him up to get the ticket out of his jacket. I'm going down to the Greyhound station. I'm going to get a ticket to ride. I'm going to find that lady with 2 or 3 kids sitting down by her side. Count the days when it's nice and get back in the saddle again. Feed the pigeons some play. And turn the night into day. And start over again. There you go. That's a Blaze Foley song. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Blaze Foley.
Your performance do you?
Say that again?
I guess you don't like the clap part of your performance, do you?
Oh, no. So, what else you want to talk about?
Well, we're at 45 minutes, so will you announce to listeners your name, your email, phone number, and a short synopsis of why they may want to call you or email you?
Yeah. I'm gonna be prepared next time. I'm gonna have a sign that I put up a sign that says they can. I'll say take a screenshot of my information.
Well, the only problem is for the ones that are podcasts that listen, they can't see that. That's why we have you name it and not just show it.
Well, that's a good point. Okay, for everybody that's listening to the podcast, my name is Sandy Buller, and you can find me on all social media outlets, except for the ones that I'm not on. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube under the @ Sandy Buller, SandyBuller. And not only that, you could Google Sandy Buller, and my whole life's there. You know, all these photographs, whatever, all the websites that I'm mentioning, and you know, my professional websites, Buller Photography's on there. So I'm a one-stop shop with Sandy Buller in social media. Actually, Sandy Buller should be a iconic influencer, and I'm dreaming about that. I need to be unreasonable and just say, oh, I'm not an influencer. I'm not this, and say I am, and then I will be. So there you go. I am.
Yeah, we can speak things.
I'm a social media influencer, and I'm gonna give me 100,000 followers. How about that?
And how about your
Before
phone
June
number or email if they want you for entertainment or their photos of their event?
My email is easy. It's sandybuller@gmail.com or sandy@sandybuller.com. How can I think everybody's when you're born, you should be given a simple email address. You know.
Like a social security number, just same as email.
Is that correct?
Yeah, there you go.
Are you going to find this be the new birthright?
Yeah. Well, there you
Well,
go.
there's some kind of right we have. I don't know if it fall under birthright though.
Well, cool. Well, hey, thanks very much for having me on your show. And EJ, thanks for being the VA, the virtual assistant. And love seeing you. And Jennifer, thank you again for tolerating me again one more time for the.
I'm always ready to tolerate you.
Follow your dreams. So there you go. Thank you.
Well, let's finish our announcements first before we all leave. Thank you, all viewers, listeners, and subscribers. Please be sure to subscribe on your favorite app to Jaws Coffee Chat. That's the @ symbol, JAWS Coffee Chat. And that's our podcast. And this today was the March 31st, 2023 episode of Jaws Follow Your Dreams, featuring Sandy Buller, who is a photographer as well as entertainer for different special events. If you would like to help support our podcast, please go on Facebook and look up the group called Jen's Books and More 31 Fundraiser. That's JENNS Books and More 31 Fundraiser, April 1st through 12th. This is a fundraiser to help continue our production of podcasts, books, audiobooks, and so much more. If you were with us earlier today, then you know who Amy Varley is. And if you're interested in learning more about her, go to SEACRET direct.com/Amy Varley. And that's AMY, V as in Victor, ARLEY. And for those of y'all who would like to go to the Bible study with me, I go to a women's Bible study that also has a women's entrepreneur networking group and coffee group for socializing and some other stuff. If you want to check that out, go to aspirewomenforexcellence.com. That's ASPIRE womenforexcellence.com. And if you want to find all of our Jaws Coffee Chat podcast and other things we have to offer, including books and so much more, go to linktr.ee/JAWS Coffee Chat. That's link, like linktr.ee/JAWS Coffee Chat. Back to you, Emily. Emily?
Everybody, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We are here every other Friday at 3:00 p.m. Central. And we are always looking for people to join any of our shows. So if anybody is interested in joining us, to connect with us. For any comments, questions, looking to be on the show, and so on, you can contact us at jawscoffeechat@gmail.com. That's jawscoffeechat@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out all of our social media. And again, thanks to Transfer Me Media, Disability Channel, Pack Channel, Wingate Studios, for allowing us to have us on their platforms. So until next week, or next time, in a couple weeks from now, on behalf of Jennifer, Sandy, myself, EJ, Kurt, the rest of the World of Ability Podcast Network, Wish you a safe and productive week and to stay happy.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye bye.